Hey guys, what's up? It's Kira and welcome back to my channel. I am the indie author of the poetry book Older, which can be found on Amazon, as well as my two small businesses where I make snake shed jewelry and stickers, prints, keychains, etc. And you can find those links in my description. Welcome back. So I actually wasn't really sure what I should do for a video today. I was kind of like, what should I film? Like, it's been a week. I kind of want to upload something, but I wasn't exactly sure what. So I decided to share with you guys my favorite indie poetry books, written by, smaller authors or just poets that are not known to be poets or etc. So I'm going to be sharing those with you guys, why I like them, and yeah, just get a little recognition for other indie poets, which is really cool. The first one is not actually by an indie writer. Well, I guess they're indie writer kind of, because they're not known to be a writer, like, at all. And this is actually my ultimate favorite poetry book. This actually inspired me to start writing poetry myself, and it's called Straight James, Gay James, Poems by James Franco. It's actually very interesting. I'm actually going to read a poem from each book as well, one of my favorite poems from each book, just so you guys can get a feel for it. But no one knows that James Franco is also a poet. Like, no one. I haven't met like a single person besides myself and maybe one other that knows that James Franco is actually a writer. And I saw this book in a Barnes & Noble and I had to read it. I had to pick it up. I had to purchase it myself. And it's actually the very first poem in here, which is actually my favorite. And I'm going to read it to you because it is my favorite. And it actually, like I said, it inspired me to write poetry, and it inspired me to kind of open myself up and express my feelings through words, and that's just so important to me, so I wanted to share that with you guys. So this poem is called Dumbo. Dumb as me, as a young elephant I was shy from too much attention, so speak I didn't. A young animal, at age 13, life plunked me down in junior high like Dumbo in the circus. As I grew, isolation followed me, and the only recourse was to drink hard with the clowns. Pink elephants paraded and sloshed through my youth until I became a sinister clown. With a smile painted so thick, I looked mad happy always, and I never flew, I never flew. The second book that I want to talk about is called Rabbit Holes by I think this is how you pronounce her name, I never really get it right, by Nyachi Lizette Parker. I'm actually not sure if this book is still available for purchase. I don't think it is, but this was, I think, her second poetry book. She also has a poetry writing channel, and I love watching her videos. And she actually was also one of the people who inspired me to write my own poetry and, publish my own book, self-publish my own book, and as well as, start my writing channel and, bring you guys on this journey of writing with me. So I wanted to share that with you guys, promote her writing a little bit. I love it so much. She's also just amazing. Like, she's gorgeous, she's beautiful, and I love every piece of her, even though I don't know her. But yeah, so this poem is called The Rest. No one ever knows me quite as well as they think they do. There are secrets I keep even from myself. There are things that I whisper even when I am the only person in the room. I stand before the mirror, but the girl on the other side is just the sister, twice removed. She smiles, I flinch. She bends, and I break. When you are an artist, even your reflection is an invention. Sometimes I must turn the lights off so that I can truly see myself. That's Rabbit Holes. Third book I'm going to talk about is Nocturnal by Wilder. And this book is a little bit more about, insta poetry, aesthetics, etc. This was, I think, is the first edition, but I'm not exactly sure, the first set of books that came out. This was also available on Amazon. I'm not sure if it's available still. I'm honestly not too sure. I purchased all these a while ago, but they are still my favorites, and you can search them if they are still available. You can purchase them. But this is Nocturnal by Wilder, who you can find on Instagram, very well known. And this is my favorite poem from their book. I carry stones in my pocket, wondering how many ripples will find their way back to me. 1, 2, 3 paper ships escape these hands, but this isn't the first time something has left me behind. I am stranded, waist deep in water that forgot to make me holy. And when I asked for a life vest, you handed me some light, reminding me that we all need water to grow. Also, sorry if my reading's really bad. I'm actually a really poor reader, and I'm gonna make a video about that later. But yeah, I'm not the best at reading, and I'm not the best at reading out loud, so my apologies. So this book is called Love at First Touch by S.M. Brogan. I can't speak today. Poetry and prose. I'm honestly, like I said, I'm honestly not sure if he even still writes poetry. I know that all the proceeds from this book were going towards building a life with his, I believe, fiance or girlfriend at the time, I think. I don't know if they're still together, but this book just spoke to me, and hopefully I'm hoping that it's still available on Amazon or Barnes & Noble for purchase, because it really is truly a beautiful book about love, and it's just, I don't know, it's opened up so many emotions and feelings about how love is and what it should be and expectations and what it actually is and stuff for me, and I love it so much. And I'm going to share with you one of my favorite poems from page 65, for those of you who are wondering. For the longest time, I think I was more in love with the idea of love than actually loving someone. That was until you came along. You showed me what genuine love actually felt like, and how to give me that same love to someone in return. You showed me that love was and always will be more than just an idea to fantasize about. And now I can't imagine being in love with anyone else more than I'm in love with you. And I just think that's so beautiful. And I just love this book so much. So there you go. The next book that I'm going to talk about actually can be found on the shelves in bookstores and Barnes & Noble and such. This is actually where I picked up this book. And I actually follow her on Instagram as well. She's really cool. Her name is Madison Kuhn, Kuhn, and her book is called Please Don't Go Before I Get Better, a book of poems. And the back says, you make so much sense amidst the tangled vines of learning and unlearning. Please don't go before I get better. And this book just spoke to me like in ways that the other ones didn't really, in the sense that poetry is anything to anyone, and how it's with your own personal experience and your own life and how it relates to you, not just like, you know, relatability. And it's, I don't know, that for me is just something that's so important in the sense that, you know, you can't really judge certain poetry, whether it's good or bad, you know, like, I don't know. There's good poetry, there's bad poetry, and there's just poetry, you know, there's poetry, there's prose. Is there lazy poetry? Is there, you know, overzealous poetry, I guess? Yes, I do believe there is poetry that's lazy, but it doesn't necessarily make it bad, because some people might like it, so, you know, whatever, that's cool. But a poem that I feel really kind of envelops that topic of like how poetry can be anyone to anyone, anything to anyone, I can't speak today, is Things That Remind Me of Delaware by Madison Kuhn in this book. And they're just kind of numbered too. 1, a travel-sized spruce candle from PF Candle Co. 2, lavender essential oil. 3, putting together furniture we shouldn't have bought. 4, Depression Cherry by Beach House. 5, Yellow Gatorade. 6, Texas Roadhouse. 7, Dairy Queen onion rings. 8, Moldy flowers. 9, my very first rice cooker. 10, What It Feels Like to Not Have a Father. 11, Reading Harry Potter and the Cursed Child by the pool. 12, flattened cardboard boxes tucked inside bedroom blinds. 13, learning how to be alone without letting it kill me. 14, empty strip malls. 15, noise complaints. 16, talking him out of a tiny house right after graduation. 17, Game of Thrones. And there goes all my favorite like indie poetry books, or my favorite poetry books for now. If you like the links in the description or in the comments, just let me know in the comments and I'll add them there for you. I don't know if I'll do it initially, 'cause whatever. And the links to my other stuff will be in the description, you know, small businesses, my 2 small businesses, my art and my art channel, where, you know, I do studio vlogs about, you know, my art process and where that's going, selling stickers, etc., and snake shed jewelry. And then the link to my poetry book, Older, will also be there as well. So I hope you guys have a great rest of your day. Sorry I talk with my hands and I'm really weird. I got work later and I'm not looking forward to that. But you know what? That's okay. Gotta make the money so I can publish more books. So yeah, hope you have a great rest of your day. Bye!